Hey boys and girls. So today was pretty awesome. We were handing out packets and student materials at the school, and we got to see quite a few of you as you came through to pick up your items. We got to tell you that we love you. We got to tell you some of the things that's been going on since we've seen you last. But my most favorite thing was we got to hear from you. We got to hear how you're doing. We got to see some of your faces. And I'm not gonna lie, some of your teachers got a little teary-eyed after you guys drove off. They miss you a lot, and I think that it's really important that all of you know that. Your little pre-K students that were there, you guys were so cute coming to get your materials and your little gifts from Miss Lampley. And all of you in kindergarten and first, my second graders, third, fourth, and my old fifth graders, you guys are going to be at the middle school next year, and you're going to be sixth graders, and I cannot believe how much some of you have grown just in this short amount of time. So it was really good to see you guys today, and I hope that those of you that got to come today, you got to see your teachers, and you got to drive through the circle and see all the signs that were up that said, we love you, we miss you, and there were signs that said, you know, we love our fourth graders, and second grade, their table had balloons flying for you guys, and Mr. Steele, of course, was wearing his silly hat that he wears, and it was just a great day. It was hot outside. It's very hot outside, but it was worth it because we got to see you guys, and I'm really glad that we got to see you guys. And so while I have you, I just want to talk to you for a few minutes about a book that I'm going to start sharing with you guys. It's a book that we go over sometimes in school, and we do some parts of the book during our classes, and Ms. Parsons does some parts in her guidance lessons. So this book is 8 Keys to Be a Better Me. And so I'm going to talk with you guys about this, and this is a character education book. This book gives you some thoughts that you can use when you are looking at growing and maturing and becoming a stronger, smarter, more responsible person. And I thought, what a great thing that we can share this while you guys are out of school so that you can practice some of these things at home and you can really start to use these skills in your daily life. So our first one that I want to talk to you about is honesty. And we talk about honesty on the very first day of school. And when I talk with kids, I always let them know it's so important for you to tell the truth. No matter what happened, or if you made a mistake and you feel like you did something wrong, it's okay. What's most important is that you tell the truth and that you let someone help you if it comes to that. So honesty is really important because honesty says a lot about our character. It says a lot about who we are. And there's a story where they talk about a little boy who cries wolf. And they're in a village and he's watching over a flock and he says, there's a wolf. And so everybody comes running and they're all worried about him and about the flock, but then there's no wolf. He did it so that he would get attention and he thought that it would be funny. So another day he does the same thing. He says, wolf. He cries wolf. And so people come running again. They said, don't do that again if there's not a wolf, because when they got there, there was not a wolf trying to get the flock. So then one day he was there and he cried wolf because there really was a wolf. And what do you think happened? Nobody came because they thought that he was just playing again. They thought that he was not being honest. So it was really important that they were able to trust him and what he was saying. But what he had done in the past made it to where they didn't trust him, and they didn't think that he was being serious when he said that there was a wolf. So when we talk about honesty, like we're going to be talking about today, it says honesty is being truthful to myself and to others. And what do you think that means when it says being truthful to myself? That means that you're not only telling the truth to other people, but you're being honest with yourself. And so if we're not honest with ourselves, it's really hard for us to be honest with other people. And sometimes not being honest with ourselves makes it easy to tell stories. And that's not the kind of person that we want to be. We want to be someone who is trustworthy so that people believe us when we talk to them and when we tell them things. So sometimes we may do something and it's not something that's very good, but then we tell ourselves that it wasn't really bad, that it was okay that we did that. But then we know deep inside that it wasn't okay, but we keep telling ourselves that, and then pretty soon we believe that it was okay, even though it wasn't. So then when we tell it to someone else, we don't understand why they get upset because we tell ourselves it's okay. So for example, if I was sitting next to someone in class and they were coloring on something and they did their very best to make their very best picture, and I drew on their picture, I scribbled all over it while they weren't looking. And then they look at their paper and they realize that someone's messed up their very best work. And so they're looking around at the people at the table and nobody says who did it. I have the opportunity to admit that I did it and that I'm sorry. But I might tell myself, oh, it's no big deal. I was just playing a joke, kind of like the little boy who cried wolf. And I don't have to tell them that I did it because it wasn't anything serious. So then I'm telling a lie to myself. I'm not being honest with myself. Then if that person says, did you draw on my paper? It would be even easier for me to say, no, I didn't do that. I don't know who did that. That's not honest to them. It's not honest to ourselves. It's telling a story. And we want to be honest with ourselves because we want to know every day that what we are doing and what we're saying is the truth. So it's really important because being honest helps people trust you. It helps people know that they can count on you. Honesty is doing my best work in school. And you can see these friends, they're doing their best work. And see, this friend needs help. So she is raising her hand and she's going to ask that teacher for some help on what she's working on. Honesty is paying for the things that I want at the store. We may see older people go in the store and they take things that they don't pay for, or they may hide things and try to sneak out. That's not being honest. And just because somebody doesn't see it or because we don't get caught doesn't mean that it's right. It's still dishonest and it's not telling the truth. And being honest is telling the truth about something that I've done wrong. So the little boy was throwing the ball and the ball went through his neighbor's window. Now he could have ran and pretended like he didn't know anything about it. But being honest means that we're going to accept responsibility for the things that we do and we're going to tell the truth. So here, take a look at this. These two friends, they found a wallet and there's money in that wallet. And it would be super easy for them to take that money and hide the wallet and not tell anybody that they found it. But the thing about a wallet is, most of the time, somebody's name is in there or their identification is in there, their IDs, their license. A lot of times, their credit cards and everything that we use to get through our daily lives when we go to the store and drive our cars, all of that stuff is in there. So these two little boys, they didn't keep the money. They returned it to this man, and look how grateful he is. He is so thankful that they are returning it. And it says, being honest is returning something that doesn't belong to me. And that's very important. So I want you guys to think about all the ways that you can be honest. And I want you to think about something that maybe you weren't quite honest about. Is there another way that you could have handled it? Is there something that you need to go and let someone know that you did that wasn't very good, but you were afraid that you were going to get in trouble? So I want you to think about that. And I want you to think of a plan for what you'll do the next time you're worried about something. How can you be honest and how can you tell the truth? And I want you to remember that one of the keys to being a better you is honesty. So it only takes a minute to tell the truth. But if you tell stories, you have to keep telling stories so that nobody finds out you weren't honest the first time. So we're going to talk some more about the ways that you can be a better you. And I want you to know that I love you very much, and I can't wait till the next time that I get to talk to you guys.